Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to diagnose a dryer that won't heat from Whirlpool or Kenmore. Safety first, so always disconnect power before servicing any electrical appliance. Also, when you're working on these machines, inside the edges of the machines, once you start taking things apart, are all very sharp and they can cause serious injury or cuts or damage to you, so be very careful. The first thing you're going to do on these Kenmore or Whirlpool style dryers to do any testing is take the back off. So turn the machine around, get it unplugged of course, and out to where you can work on the back. Using a 1/4 inch tool, remove the screws that hold the back panel onto the back of the dryer. You'll have to remove them all, and the one at the very top there, I'm going to save it for last, in the middle, that holds on also the terminal cover plate. Go ahead and do these on the side first. So when you take this last screw off, of course, leave your arm up against the panel so it doesn't just fall. And grab that plate so it doesn't fall, and pull it and set it aside as well. Now lean the panel away from the machine at the top and it'll just slide right out. And I'm pointing out on here that all these inside edges are sharp, just like I said earlier, so make sure you're being very careful about that. Panel will just pull right off the base once you lean it out far enough, so set it aside. Here's what it looks like on the inside. You see the high limit thermostat on the right hand side, on the side of the heating element. That'll be one of the items we're going to be testing on this video. The other one is the very top of the heater box, that little fuse on the side. It's called a thermal cutoff, but it's really a fuse. A lot of people call it a thermal fuse, but that's actually a different component on here. Remove the wires from that fuse, or thermal high temperature cutoff, or whatever you want to call it, and use an ohm meter on its lowest setting or on the continuity setting, which is what I'm doing here. And then attach the two leads to the two terminals. Now you have to have it unplugged from the wires, otherwise you'll be back testing the circuit, and you don't want that to interfere with your test and give you a false reading. So test just the component, and if you hear a noise and you have continuity, well then you know that it's good. If you don't have continuity, it'll stay I on your ohm meter, which stands for infinity, which you're not having any resistance at all because it has an open, and that would be bad. Read that service information label. It tells you if the blower housing thermal fuse is open, and then on the bottom says if the heater box thermal cutoffs. If the heater box thermal cutoff is open, you need to change both that and the high temperature or high limit thermostat, which is the part down at the bottom of that box on the side of the heating element. They actually come in a kit together. So when you get the kit to do this repair job, you're going to find both the thermostat and the high limit thermostat and the fuse. So just change them both out, take the screws off the side that attaches them to the side of the box there, and then once you get them removed, install the new ones and reattach the wires, and then you'll be ready to put the back on. Now look at the bottom of the dryer here. You see this channel? The bottom of that panel that goes there has a lip that needs to lock into that channel. You need to lean it towards the floor like this. It'll just sit right in that channel. If you get it right in the channel, it'll just stand straight up and everything will align. It's the easiest way to install them. And then of course go ahead and reinstall all the screws. They're a 1/4 inch. They don't need to be super tight. If you have a power tool like what I'm using, you'll want to use it on like 4 or maybe 6 foot-pounds, and that will get you plenty tight. Save the terminal cover plate for next to last. Make sure you leave enough room for the top panel to be able to pull away from the dryer enough to slide it in place behind the panel, and then get that screw in place. You might want to go ahead and do that like one of the first things you do, and then install the rest of the screws. Will be a lot easier for you. Okay, once you get all that done and plug it in, it should work if that was the problem that tested bad. Have a good day. Thank you.